Hello, 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 and welcome to more Divi Monday. This is Steve Atarian with Walk to Success, and for some reason my webcam is not working this morning, but most of what we're going to do is going to be on my website anyway. So we'll be talking about the benefits of having more Divi or Divi WordPress Builder on our website, and we are just going to jump right in there now and get this rocking and rolling. So hopefully you can see my screen at this moment. Great. So we're just going to log right on into WordPress and Walk to Success is my own website. And today's web based on more Divi Monday, so how are we going to use Divi for business, and continuous improvement. So what can we use within the Divi Builder to give us continuous improvement? And I'm just going to touch on a few things. We're going to stay in our time frame this week because last week we didn't. And so I'm just going to go ahead and log in here. And hopefully you guys can see this well, and it's showing up on your screens. This is your traditional dashboard for WordPress. A lot of you are familiar with it. If not, the people that have built your website or work on your website on a regular basis are familiar with it. So the days of having a business card or a brochure online that just pushes out information to your clients that isn't up to date, that it's 2, 3, 4, 5 years stale, that you put up there, some of the employees no longer work for your business, some of the phone numbers are no longer accurate, some of the emails aren't there, there's no phone number on your front page. You know, maybe even it's not, doesn't look very good on mobile websites. Or mobile devices. These are things that are hurting your business. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're in Grand Junction or you're in Denver or you're in Los Angeles. The way the internet affects your business is it is today's yellow pages at the bare minimum. But at the bare maximum, it's also media. So it's the NBC News, and it's the radio stations, and it's all of these things where people are going to spend their time, and a lot of people are going online to spend their time. So the question is, are you online with them, and are they noticing your business when you're there? If they notice your business when they're there, what do they notice about it? Do they notice your services? Do they notice your products? And can you grab their attention through advertising and get more notice? And then if you do get their attention, what are you doing with it? Once you get their attention and you're doing something with it, are you converting that traffic or that attention into profit or leads? Really, you know, leads are leads, whether they're cold leads or warm leads, whether they're referral leads. You know, I've been in sales for over 30 years, and leads are leads. And, you know, we need, as any business, to get more leads and then convert more leads into sales, phone calls, profit, referrals, great customers, referring customers, what we would call fans. And that's business. It doesn't matter whether you're business to business or business to consumer, or you're a website designer hoping to build more websites. So Divi is a tool that I use to create websites, to make websites more dynamic, and also to continuously improve websites. So if I were to come here and open a page that I have, I click on all pages, and then a page that we've been working on here, I just started working on it. It's published. Here's a draft page. It's new or rebuild websites for my growing business and brand. And that's a draft, so it's at a draft stage. That's a good one to go work on. We can make that go public today. When I click on edit, okay, so I open up this page, and I've got a default editor which opens up in WordPress. Most people are familiar with what that looks like. And then I've got Divi. And Divi is available to be built on the back end or on the front end. I can use the visual builder, which means I see my website open on the screen, and I can edit it from there. Or I can use the back end, which is what most people are used to, the dashboard. And here I've got a section, and I've got a lot of sections here that are turned off and some sections that are turned on. So each one of these blue lines on the left is a section, the green is a row, and the gray is a module. With Divi, you build your page piece by piece. You can have a landing page that is one graphic, one piece of text, and one button. Everything else off and just have a landing page. You can have a blog post or a product page or an About Us page or a home page. Each and every one of those pages within a website can be built with Divi and should be built with Divi for business because it is easy to continuously improve it. And what's amazing is that you can hire tons and tons and tons of talented subcontractors to help you build these pages. Whether you have a person on staff or whether you hire somebody from Fiverr and everything in between, you can do that specifically for WordPress and then within WordPress for Divi. So it's important to know what you want to accomplish, and then Divi is just a tool to help you accomplish that. And in almost every case, you're going to want more leads or more conversions, more traffic or more people doing something when they get to your website. What Walk to Success and Steve Atarian specialize in is traffic and conversions. So we get people to your website and we get them to do something when they get there. So let's take a look at, so now you're looking at all these different modules and things that are on this back page here. This is what it looks like for a website designer. And let's say you just want to kind of use a piece of it or a part of it, or you want to make a change. I'm going to show you how to use Divi as a business owner. And let's say you have a site like this and you just want to do a little bit of work to it. You paid somebody to create it, and now you're logged in, and Sunday afternoon, and you want to make that page on your website better. You want to improve it. Let's click on the Visual Builder, and we'll see what it looks like on the front end. Now, I apologize because we're broadcasting a webinar and we're using the website all at once. Things are going to go slow. I'm on a Wi-Fi here. I'm not directly plugged into an intranet, so I apologize ahead of time for things to go slow. We may even have some things crash on us because we just don't have the bandwidth to do this really well. Not in a coffee shop where sometimes the internet's even faster. So as you see my site starting to open up here, a couple of things about a WordPress website, and this is the Divi theme. So this is a theme that is, WordPress allows you to choose from thousands and thousands of themes. Divi is a specific theme, and I have a child theme on my website, which means a designer worked in Divi and created a theme just for me. I purchased that theme, and it's called Insight. So I have a child theme on my theme, and it came with 5 pages. And I just needed to customize those pages. But now I've had my site up for about 4 months with Walk to Success, and I have 25, 30 pages on it, each page addressing a service or a product that I have available or information about that so that Google can find more pages. Google can try to find 5 pages, or Google can try to find 25 pages. Hopefully someday Google will be able to find over 100 pages that talk about Walk to Success's products and services. So here here's the limited time offer, get free stock images. So this is something that was pre-built. It's a template, and those words I need to change to fit my offer. So this is the top section. This is called the hero section, and that's what most people see when they click on a link to take them to this page. This is a capture, so I want to get their email, and if they want what I'm offering, they're going to enter their email and hit submit. Common practices on WordPress is to have a call to action above the fold, or what is here above the first section when you log in. Now, you see this on the webinar, so if you picture where these tools are and up, that's above the fold. There's not a ton of space there, and on a smartphone, which over 65% of searches now happen from smart devices, there's even less pixels or space above the fold. But let's say I've got this call to action here, and it says, "Hey, fellow." Well, that's not the way I would address my clients as they get to my website. But I do use the word "hey" a lot, so I would say, "Hey, businessman," or "Hey, potential customer." How about just "Hey there"? A limited time offer, I like. Get 10 free stock photos, where I don't offer free stock photos, but I do offer a 60-minute consultation. So, here I've just updated that landing page. I'm okay with the backdrop. It's pretty dark to me. So they've got an overlay here that's darker, but I'm okay with it for now. And but I need to fix this capture mechanism, so I'm going to click on that gear icon, and it opens it up. And here's the email address. Do I want to use capture, or do I want to add some security to it? And what email address do I want that to go to? Well, my email address is steve@walktosuccess.com. And the title of this capture, I don't want to fill out because I don't want to have extra words around the email area where they put it in. The message pattern, now I can tell them if I have a lot of questions in my capture or my form, I can tell them how to give me that information in the email. It's dynamic, it's amazing, and that's a whole nother lesson. But I may want to add things to this and continually improve it, even down to what color is in the background. But at this time, I'm fine with this email capture. And when somebody fills that out, I can have it go to a thank you page, which is pretty important, and so that I can track who has filled that out and then say thank you to them. When I say thank you to them, a lot of times I'm telling my software that they've completed something. A thank you page is way better than having them go to just a success message. So as you continually improve your website, right now, just having it say, "Awesome, thank you," that might be what your website designer is, or when this module is delivered to you, that's what it says. "Awesome, thank you," when they fill out that email and send it to you. That's where we're going to start. But we're going to continuously improve that as we continuously improve our page. Because let's say we want to do some Facebook advertising, or we want to pay for Google AdWords, and we want to set a goal. Well, having a thank you message pop up doesn't accomplish or doesn't tell Google AdWords that we've accomplished our goal. All it does is give them a pop-up. So we're going to finish that loop here before we're done today. So I'm just going to say, good job here, check mark. That's all done. I could change the background. I could change the words here from submit. From the submit button, I don't love that that button there. So I am going to change that in this into the design tab. I'm just going to scroll down where it says the button font, the button icon, the button spacing, select the color, use a custom style button, select the color, well, I do want to change that, the button where it says submit. So I'll have to find where that is. I apologize. That is probably under design. I'm just not seeing it. Sometimes you can just fix it on the front end. Like if I were to click on that right now, I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'm going to save it as a draft because we haven't published this page yet. You know, I think this page for above the fold is a little bit big. I'm just going to shrink it up just a little bit. All right, so then the next section here is limited time offer, get ten free stock images. Yes, I'm dummy text. So this again is a section that someone else built. There's a different background picture. This is the same background picture. It's just a different overlay here. So if I were to change that background picture, I'd jump over here into the section settings, and I can choose any background picture I want. And for this one, I'm just going to change it to these, the tablet and smartphone. Upload the image. Now, I've already optimized that image. And again, for continuous improvement, we have to look at traffic, and we have to look at converting that traffic. To get traffic, we need to show up in the search engines. And you hear all these words about search engine optimization. It really is customer optimization. What does your customer see, and what does your customer type in to find you? And when they type that in, do they find you? So if we are making this look great for customers and make it understandable for customers, we're going to make it great for Google and make it understandable for Google. And we can continually improve that and continually optimize more. You could pay a service $2,500 a month to do search engine optimization on your website, and they're going to do a lot of stuff. But a lot of what they're going to do, you could do on the page yourself. So we're gonna talk about that in a future email. But you always want to fill out your title tag, your alt tag, and your description on every picture when you upload it. And you want to make sure that is optimizing the image as it's uploaded, and that's important to do. So we've just changed that image. I can set it as a background. There's a this particular section right now is disabled on a phone, a tablet, and a desktop because it's a lot of information, and I don't necessarily want to have that section showing up on phones, tablets, and desktops. But we are going to go ahead and enable that on the tablet, the phones, and the desktop. We want to make sure that it's optimized for those. So if I wanted to keep the padding on mobile, in other words, the space around my text, I would say yes. If I don't want to keep that, I can say no, and we'll look at that right now. So if I were to say yes here, everything looks fine. Can you see that text okay? I move this way out of the way. So this is what that's going to look like on a mobile device. I like the padding around the text, even on a mobile device. This is what it's going to look like on a tablet. So I see a little more of the image. It's a little wider. And I like that I can read the words there pretty well. And this is what it's going to look like on a desktop. So 6.5 out of 10 people that find your website through search engines are going to find them on a mobile device. That's tablets and smartphones, things that use Wi-Fi. Laptops and desktops are only 3.5% of searches anymore. So instead of designing your website to look good on a desktop, and then does it look okay on a mobile device? One way that Divi works great is to go ahead and design as a mobile website and then optimize it later on or make it look good on a desktop later on. I would much rather focus on the 6.5 people that are coming to my website than the 3.5 people. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. All right, so I'm good with what this says here. I can fix the rest on the front end. So if this is a limited time offer, it says the same thing as above. Get 10 free stock images. And then there's a call to action here, the start now. Start now is a great word. I'm going to just change this headline to say, use Divi as a website tool for continuous improvement. And I have a little tool called Grammarly, and it just told me I misspelled continuous. So, C-O-N-T-I-N. Yep, I totally misspelled it. But it told me that in Grammarly, so I just click on it and fix it. Use Divi as a website tool for continuous improvement. Now see how that is the breakpoints on a desktop? I've got that locked in so that it's only so wide, and the breakpoints look terrible. So how can I fix that so that it doesn't look, broken? There's the T. You see the T down there? So if I were to come up here and I were to take this and just click on the row, make the row full width, and say yes, see if that changes anything. Divi as a website tool for continuous improvement. So this section is a slider, and that's the piece that is doing that. And what I can do is center the text, or I can make the text justified. When I make the text justified, that looks worse. Look at that. All right. So I'm not going to have the text be justified. I'm going to have it be centered. And I am going to reduce the headline because the headline is just too big for this section of my website. So use Divi for continuous improvement. I need to put in a link here. If I put in a link for that button, it's going to go to a different website. So here I'm just going to pull up Walk to Success. And the linking structure is pretty important. I very, very, very rarely will link to just a contact us page or a website page. But I just need to get a link in there, obviously improve it, or I can improve it later. So this is what does it cost to build a website, and that's a very similar graphic there. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that link, come back over here, put that link in there for the button. And start now is a great thing to say, but I do need to fix the text that's down here below. And if I were to jump in here and say, yes, I'm dummy text, I'm going to change that to start now. Improve your website. There we have it. On the front end editor, I'm going to grab this information here and I'm going to highlight it. And I am going to get Divi to fix this on different breakpoints. So that's what it looks like on a mobile device. Again, it's all shrunk down, and that use Divi for continuous improvement, the T just doesn't quite fit. So what I can do is just change the size of that font a little bit, and I can do that under my design. I've got max width here set at 620, which is kind of big for a mobile device. I'm going to leave that alone. It's too wide for a mobile device. The header font is Roboto, and if I were to come here, the letter spacing in the header is already set to 0. The line height is set to 1.3. Text, custom margin, custom padding, and the border, the button spacing. And if I were to come up here and change the font size of the header, it's set at 36 right now. On smartphones only, I'm going to set it to 24. Now 27 works okay too. Now on tablets, it's still set to 46 and it doesn't break. I'm going to leave it there. And on the desktop, it's set to 56, but it doesn't break, so I'm going to leave it there. So now when I hit save, I've just changed it. Oh, no, on desktop, 56 is too big. So on desktop, let's crack that down a little bit to 48. See, now it doesn't break. I want to save that. So I'm going to hit click here, which is the to save. And I'm going to come over here and say save the draft. So now I had that section in my website. It looked okay on desktop and tablet, but it didn't look good on desktop because the T moved, and it didn't look good on mobile because the T moved. But now I've saved it in 3 different formats. It's a different font size for smartphones, a different font size for tablets, and a different font size for desktops. Divi allowed me to do all of that, see it on the front-end editor, and here I've spent 10 minutes just making that whole section of my website look good. Now, if I were to scroll down a little bit, the next section within this, the next row within this section is some text. And then there's another section or row here that's got some images, some logos, and then we go into the next section. See that blue line? That starts the next section. And here, you know, it's really a duplicate of what I have above it. I don't think I need that because I already have it above it. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's remove this whole section here. And then, you know, this section here, I know because of the back end of it we were just looking at. I'm going to go ahead and hit save draft. So always want to save. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in the back-end editor after I've saved this again. And we're gonna turn off a whole bunch. We're just gonna have these front two sections here. These first two sections. Let's say this is a landing page, and instead of having all of these different, and I may have had my, there we go. May have had the internet's just pretty slow here. So that's why it's not moving very well. All right, so somebody else must have logged in because we've slowed up even more. These are more and more sections on this particular page. And as I scroll down, there's more and more sections available. And this nice long sales page is available for me to just continuously add information and graphics, more calls to action. There's lots of great looking stuff here on a mobile site. Again, I'm designing this for a mobile site. I'm not even going to worry about what it looks like on a desktop yet. Eventually, I'll make it look better on a desktop. For at this moment, this is what it looks like on a mobile site, and that's what I want to prioritize. So as I scroll through here, each one of these are different modules within a row, and this is just text here, and this is a whole other section. So what I'm going to do is jump on the back end, and I'm just going to turn off a lot of this. We're going to build these pieces into our website, but we're going to do them over time. We're going to continuously improve this page. Google is going to continuously see new information on this page and keep coming back to check it out. So I'm just going to jump back into the page editor here. This is the dashboard, and I'll show you one of the best tools I love about Divi is how easy it is to work on the back and on the front and on the front and on the back. So the back side here, and there are some tools that I have that are plugins, which are over here on the left, that are built right in. I use the Mosaic platform, which gives me all the security, all of the backups, and all of the plugins that I need to make Divi work really well. They include Divi, they include Gravity Forms, they include several premium plugins, as well as all the security, as well as all the hosting, and as well as all of the backups that I need to be able to just make my site be secure, be a powerful tool for my business, and they handle all of the really the management of the hosting and the website. I get to go in and make it work good and work well. They handle the rest. So I love the Mosaic platform. Contact me for some discounts. It's from 3 months if you'd like to try out that amazing service. So as I scroll down here, you can see this piece is grayed out. So there's a header. Here's the section. Here's the rows. There's a header. There's a trusted by many. And this is grayed out. So if I click on this, you can see that I right-clicked on it. I can rename this whole section. I can run a split test. I can save it to the library. And here is enable. So this whole section has been disabled. If I were to enable it, I can enable it just on mobile. I can enable it just on tablets, or I can enable it just on desktops. So I've just enabled it on all three. I can lock this so that somebody that is not at an administrative level could not work on it or change it. I could collapse it, meaning that I just don't look at it while I'm editing the rest of the page. I could copy this. So if I really like the way that it looks, I can copy it and use it somewhere else lower on the page, or I can save it to my library and use it anywhere else in my website. Guys, what an incredible tool that is for Divi. If there's a section that's working really well and people are interacting and engaging with it on my website, I can save that to my library and with a click use it on any page I want. I can paste other sections, so if I copy it, I can paste it. This is a whole section, or just a module, or just a row. If I want to create a dynamic web page and continuously improve it, Divi allows me to just copy and paste section by section, piece by piece. And if I want to preview it, now I can see what it's going to look like on the front end without having to go to the front end and look at it. This is that section that I just turned on, and it says use Divi for continuous improvement. Start now to improve your website, and there's that button that says start now, and I haven't adjusted any of these other words here, okay? But I would want to change those as well, or at least delete those. And you know, those don't really fit in with what I'm doing here. And I've got a lot of wasted space there at the bottom. So let's fix that right now. So on this top section that I just created, there's the header, there's the text, and here are those 4 images at the very bottom, and a divider to give me some space in my graphic. So I'm just going to delete those things that I don't need at this time, and I'm going to come back up and I'm going to preview this and see how it looks on the front end. Whoops. Preview. I hit the collapse because my screen is moving really slow. You'll see some other tools here that Divi has. The Divi Layout Injector, which maybe you just noticed on the front side. I can't wait to explain that to you. It's actually a plugin that just works really, really well and allows you to delegate so much more of your website upgrading and improving to others. So all I did was I hit close on 2 of those things. Now here's a headline that I missed, but I did take away those graphics that are there. And I maybe want to use this headline, but I don't think so. I want to shrink that up a little bit more and just have this be a really good first thing people see. Use Divi for continuous improvement. Start now to improve your website. That's a great landing page, and here's a great call to action. So I'm just going to jump back here one more time, and I'm see how that section is there, that those words. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Use Divi for continuous improvement. Start now to improve your website. Start now. That looks great. I don't have a lot of other busyness there, so I'm going to save and exit. This other section here is turned off at this moment. In terms of previewing it, I don't think I'm going to be able to preview it because it's all turned off. Yeah. But the beautiful thing is that I disabled it. It's still there. It's still on the page. I don't have to rebuild it, but I can have it there for the future. Here's another. This is another big section here. If we preview this, this is what it looks like. The product, millions of high quality images and videos. Again, this was a template that somebody already built for their website, and I just liked it. So I copied it into my library, and I've loaded it onto my page here. And so I just take this template, this layout, and I modify it for my business. And that's the last thing we're going to do here. We're 40 minutes in, and I still want to show you how to split test or A/B test this. So the first thing that happens with a site is they're going to read personality types. You may be familiar with the DISC, Briggs and type personality assignments or communication styles. So if you use that breakdown, there's the driver, the inspiration, I never remember what those DISCs stand for. But we want to try to communicate to all 4 of them. And one way to do it might be with a great picture, and one way may be to do it with lots of words, and the other thing might be with a bigger, with a video or a bigger description. Right here is a headline, texts, more text, an image, and then these are called blurbs. There's 4 blurbs here, and those are all, it says 4 different titles and then words here. Google wants as many words here, but your user wants to be able to easily navigate through what this site is. So what we can do right now is just modify this, and rather than doing it on the back end, I'm gonna take this real quick here, and oh, they're not blurbs. They actually broke them down into images, text, and headlines. I'm going to turn off. I'm actually going to delete everything else on these pages except for those top 2 sections. And we can add more in later if we want to, but at this time, there's just a lot for this page. And I grabbed this whole sales page from somebody else's design. I really loved it, but what they were using to convert and create great things on their website. And instead of redesigning the wheel myself, I decided to get that layout from them and import it onto my website. And that's what I did. Here's a testimonial slider. What a great tool. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and leave the testimonial slider on there because whenever you want to get conversions, testimonials is an incredible tool. So guys, all I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm deleting a lot of sections that are on this sales page that I don't need. And I apologize it's taken so long here. I've got a lot of them turned off. They're grayed out here. I was using this page for an example for some other training. Here's another great call to action, great call to action, and another great section. All right, so what we have on this page now are 3 sections. We've got 4 sections. I'm going to go ahead and delete this section. All right, guys, so we've got that top landing page, that hero section, full width image with some words on it. We've got the taxi section there, which has got text, headline, and then some subtext below it, the image of the taxi. And then these are called blurbs. I could have used blurbs here, but they've got that little check mark, the title, and then a description below. So this is a section that we can use lots and lots of places in our website. And then that testimonial slider. See what it looks like on the back end? Let's go ahead and take a look at it on the front end. And we've got only 15 minutes left. I'm going to get out of here before 11 o'clock, guys. We're going to jump on here and look at the Visual Builder. Again, I really apologize for how long or how slow my internet is. I appreciate your patience. Been fighting a sore throat all week, so I'm also drinking tea as I work through this with you. I hope to have my camera fixed here real soon so you can see my face instead of just my screen and my voice. But as we look at this, okay, here's that front hero section. And great picture, great call to action. I scroll down a little bit, and here's that section we were just talking about. Here's one row, that top words, the title, and then the subtext. So let's make this work for what we're doing today, and that's why Divi for business, question mark. And then we're going to change this, these words here. And we're going to say there are millions of WordPress websites that could be improved with Divi. So you can see why I invested in Grammarly. I love that it checks my spelling and grammar as I type right on the front side of the website. It's this little icon up here that's called Grammarly. It's a great investment. Hopefully you can see that up there. So this headline that I just created, these words are what are called H1 or headline 1. And Google reads that as very important. But if I were on a smartphone, let's take a look at this on a smartphone real quick. That's a lot of words, and that's going to fill up quite a bit of my screen. There's a famous quote that I love, and it's attributed to Thomas Jefferson. I think it's attributed to a lot of people. And it's about a letter I think he wrote to Adams or another person in our history, in early American history. But basically, at the end of a really long letter, Thomas Jefferson says, "Please excuse the length of this letter. I didn't have the time to make it shorter." And to take a headline and make it less than thought succinct, well, it takes time and it takes effort and it takes input. So this headline, I don't love it. It takes up a lot of space. But for time's sake, today I'm just going to leave it alone. But next time we log in together, we're going to shorten that up. I'd love to hear your input as to how I could take there are millions of WordPress websites that could be improved with Divi and shorten that down to less than 60 characters. And we're going to continuously improve it, make it better next time. Fair enough? All right, so here's the next subsection of text, and it says, yes, I'm dummy text. We're going to just take that out of here, and we're going to say Divi is a website building tool that that enables continuous improvement Yes, I spelled them continuous again. I thought it was closer this time. That enables continuous improvement. Continuous improvement. Continuous improvement. Well, I tell you, I can't seem to spell correctly at all today, but I'm humble enough to know that that's a weakness I have. So I invested in some software to help, and I could always hire somebody that types better and spells better and has better grammar than I do. At this time, I'm doing it myself. So continuous improvement on a business website equals more profit. All right, so I can change the line height. I can change a lot of things here. Again, we can do that over time. I'm going to go ahead and shorten that up a little bit. I'm going to grab this section and bring it up a little bit closer here. What I want to do is jump in and change this image. And grab an image from here. We're talking about websites, continuous improvement. That's a fun image. But continuous improvement on my website. I have a lot of images here. I want something with a computer on it, something with a website showing. There's a good image. That's a lot more accurate than the taxi is here. And then these images here, these check marks, I'm fine with. Easy navigation, that actually works out great. This placeholder text that's here, I'm going to go ahead and change this to Divi designed websites are easy to navigate. Here I'm going to say, it says large catalog. We're going to say large library of and we're going to say here that selecting any page or section that has already been built by staff, yourself, or a contractor saves time. What's going to happen is this is a lot shorter, this is a lot longer. We're going to have to work to balance that out. So free upgrade, we're going to say, we're just going to change free upgrade to free trial of Divi. If you are not sure, this is the best tool for your business. We will refund any investment. All right, so again, this is taking longer than I'd hoped, but you know, this is how easy it is to build a website these days. You know, Wix and Squarespace and all of those tools where you're in their server and you have to do things their way, and every time you want to add something you can pay them an extra $8 a month or $12 a month. This is a website you own. You own the domain name, you own the hosting, you own the site, you own the sections, you own the pages, and you can add to it and take away from it without having to get their permission like you do with Wix or with Squarespace. And you can move it and have other people contribute to it and have something that thousands of website builders and thousands of people know how to use Divi, and they know how to use Divi as a tool for your business. I'm really slow at it. I'm really not great at it. But even I, as a 30-year experienced 49-year-old man who is a salesman, can build a website like this, and I'm building it in front of you. And we've got 4 minutes left, and I still want to show you A/B testing. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave this for now. Well, I can't leave this for now. Find quick. We're going to say get Divi today. We're just going to say you could have a Divi site by dinner. It is that fast and that easy. All right, so here's that testimonial slider. And again, different testimonials. As they slide in and out, these are just different places from the, we've put in testimonials that other people have added. Always, always, always have testimonials when you are building a website and you're asking somebody to buy something. Show them that other people like them have bought from a website like yours or a company like yours. That's what testimonials are great for. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump over here. I have a testimonial here from somebody on my website already. And I'm going to snag those words. And I'm going to jump back over here to this testimonial, and I'm going to grab these words. I'm going to paste. And now I have a testimonial that matches what we're talking about on this website. So here I've got pretty much everything converted to, I'm wondering why that picture is still that picture. Sorry guys, 2 minutes left. And my website is extremely slow. All right, so this is a background section here. I was concerned that this was going to happen because my internet connection is so slow. And so what I've done is I just published this page. I'm saying to save this page. I'm going to jump out here and just want to fix that picture here real quick. Doesn't seem like anything is real quick right now at all. All right, so I didn't hit upload on that last time. So we are going to go ahead and we've published this page. We're going to save the changes. And let's take a look at what it looks like on the front end. We're on the front end. We're going to turn off the Visual Builder. Guys, I'm going to go just a couple minutes over. We're going to get into the split testing for continuous improvement next. But if you can imagine, so here's some things We're going to see how well that button converts. Some people want to see just that first section. Here's all the changes that I made. I scroll down. There's that. That's what it looks like on a. And here's the testimonial slider. And there's only one in here that I've updated. And that's this one. Stevetarian. Okay, so I needed to go through and update all of those, but at least I have this one in here. And this is what it looks like. And my page here is a new or rebuilt website for my growing business and brand image. This is awesome. This is live on the internet. We've changed that. We've updated it. We've created an entire page in under an hour with instruction. And that's the great thing is now I can go through and I can continuously improve this. And you know, there's this great picture here, but let's just say I'm going to go a little bit over and show how we might, and it'll always be testing. And that's, I have something that is customers see, and I have something different that customers see. So I send 100 customers to a website, and 50 of them get to see the, and 50 of them get to see the red button. And if the 50 of them that see the blue button, only 10 of them click on it. But out of the 50 that see the red button, 12 of them click on it. I know that the red button is a little bit better than the blue button. Why wouldn't I change that and leave that for everybody? Sometimes with making those small improvements to your website, continuously you're able to do a lot. So I'm going to click on this. Oh, I'm on the wrong section here. It asks if I want to enable split testing. I'm going to say yes. And do we want to increase the bounce rate, or you know, how many people are coming to the website and leaving immediately? So if I have a whole bunch of people that are bouncing out, I could limit how bad my bad test is. So I'm going to set that to 10. We're going to start the refresh the intervals hourly. That's great. And then the short code tracking, I'm not going to have any of that on here, but normally I would have some short code tracking. It says that if I do this, that I am creating different elements. I'm going to proceed. So what I want to change is this element here. I'm going to change the entire section here. Congratulations, I've selected a split test. And I've got it. I'm done. So now, see how that's yellow? That tells me I have a split test on that whole section there. So I know whether people come and see this page first or this page first. I'm going to be able to track with analytics what they're doing compared to this one. So this is the variation. When people come to that page, they're either going to see that big picture at the top, or they're going to see that nice explanation of things. And every time somebody goes to the page, they're going to see one or the other, but not both. So I've set that. And now if I go back here and I come in from an incognito page, well, I don't know if I've updated, actually. Need to jump back in here, and I need to make sure that I publish this update. I didn't save it. I didn't publish it. We're 5 minutes over, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. I am going to view this page here quickly. All right. So there's the page, as everyone will see it. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to jump out here to this incognito browser so nobody can see what I'm doing. And it's opening it up on a different I think because I'm in this webinar, I'm not going to be able to open an incognito browser that easily. There we go. All right, so this is what it's going to look like to the world. I'm going to shorten up my menu here a little bit and scroll down. All right, so that is A of the A/B test. I come here again. And I go into an incognito window again, and I hit paste. Can you tell me what's different from what you saw that time and what you see this time? Well, guys, there's nothing different, so I didn't set my A/B test correctly. It's because I was rushed and I did not do a good job of describing how to do that test. So we're going to fix that. We're going to do some A/B testing next time on More Divi Monday. I've taken you over time again today because there's so many exciting things about Divi and why you would use Divi for business. So I apologize for taking you over. I appreciate very much your time this morning. I hope that you get to see more and more of this as we go forward. I used Webinar Jam to put this on today, a great tool. And I'm Steve Atarian. We are Walk to Success, and we would love to tell you more reasons why Divi is great for business, how it helps get more traffic and gets more conversions when the traffic gets there. Let us help you grow your business online one step at a time. Thank you.